Hello everyone, we are here with the Red Rocket today because we are making some frame rails. Been outside for a little bit with my brother-in-law, looking at stuff, looking at measurements and stuff. So and it's very hot today, so I'm a little sweaty already, but we've got everything planned out how we want to do it. So let's take a look at the basic idea of how we want to do it, and then get up front where all my tools are and start cutting and welding. Okay, got everything pulled back off. I just had stuff sitting on there before anyway. But how we're gonna do it, we're gonna go straight up and then straight back. Have the back cross member somewhere roughly right here. And the front frame section is gonna attach right next to it going forward. And I'm gonna attach a brace from the back section going down to the front section, just for extra bracing and strength. And this pipe coming up, we're gonna cut it just even with the frame, so I can actually try to weld that pipe directly to the side of the frame rail. So that'll be another point of strength for it. And that's about the plan for it. So we've already got our measurements, so let's go up there, start having some fun. All right, we got everything set up now. We did a little slim cut on the end of the on the end of this side, just to square up the ends, because they were just a tiny bit off. And we're about to cut our first piece, so let's get at it. All right, we got all the back pieces cut for the back part of the frame. That Hercules saw is good, but I think we're definitely cutting out the limit of what that thing is capable of, because it has tripped my breaker, what, 6 or 8 times? Mm-hmm. and I've got a appropriate size breaker for that machine on the circuit, and this is very few things on this circuit, so that thing's pulling a lot of power. But we got everything cut, got everything set out. Now we just need to got you on the tripod, so I'm just swivel around. Got everything cut, got everything laid out, so we're going to start tacking in, checking measurements, tacking, checking measurements, tacking, checking measurements, because I do not want this thing twisted or tweaked or anything. So we didn't square the ends on the long pieces because there's nothing going to be there aside from a little piece of that bar stock right there capping off the end on both sides. But got it all ready. Let me get the tripod lowered a little bit so we can get some cool welding shots. Well, that may be it for this video, because my welder decided it wanted the top. So we're gonna look at it probably tonight, and hopefully it's an easy fix. And if not, this is gonna be the end of the video. So I'll have an update on the welder before the end of the video. But I will see y'all hopefully in a little bit once we can get this welder fixed and back to getting that beautiful frame finished.
Hot inside that helmet.
Huh?
Hot inside that helmet.
Yeah. Got the welder fixed. Well, I plugged it in and turned it back on. The only thing I can think of is that with it being over 100 degrees and being welding as fast as he did, probably just overheated the machine, overdid the duty cycle. Oops. And so we're welding on the risers onto the up section of the frame to the spring perches. Yes, I'm going straight up and not at a 45 or angle. I'm going to be adding extra bracing behind this so everything's strong. I'm going to bringing them straight up so I have more room to do stuff. So I have more freedom to mount things where I want to mount them.
Clearance for that big.
Exactly.
Burn.
That's the adult beverage doing talking for you.
You don't want to do it after you ate Mexican inside your hood either.
Yeah, yeah. Well, here it is. It's upside down. Piece of pipe is there just for test fitting purposes. It's actually a 2.5-inch exhaust pipe. It's a fraction bigger than the Cushman pipe, as the Cushman frame has a tiny bit of play on those spring perches, and that is like perfect solid fit. So we measured it. It's as far as I'm concerned, we're dead on the money. Like I said, any kind of movement we need. We got these little nibs right here that we can shave down as needed to get it centered, but it is on there, and I got a tiny bit of gap up right here, and I got a tiny bit of gap on the other side. And as far as the width goes, we're just a tiny fraction wider than the back, or yeah, this will be the front. The back is what, 32 and a quarter, or 32 and an eighth, or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the front is just a fraction bigger than that. So what we're going to do when we get ready to install, we're going to get a ratchet strap or something and squeeze these two pieces in enough to where they're the same, where the front and back measurement are the same, and then we can install it. But we've been pretty much off and on out here all day. You've kind of been doing all the work.
Yeah.
But I've been saying, well, this here, that looks good. I trust your welds over mine when it comes to structure.
Yeah.
So mine would look like somebody chewed a bunch of bubble gum and threw it on there. His are very nice. It's got plenty of heat penetration. Really solid. This thing is very hot, so it's going to stay on the ground for now. I'm probably going to see if I can pick up some. Probably going to see if I can pick up or see what I have for black spray paint, just to protect from rust. But we're going to end. I'm going to end the video here because it is hot, and July 4th weekend, and it's going to be welded into the Red Rocket at a later date. Not really in a big rush to get this finished, so this is a major step in getting it done. We already know how we're going to be doing stuff. I am super excited that this is finally done. Like I said, I'm going to be hitting it with some black spray paint just to protect it from rust, so I can leave it sitting outside. And yeah. What do you think about it, Chris?
It's coming along pretty good. Super heavy. Camera don't do it justice, but that's heavy.
Camera does not do it justice. And honestly, I probably could have gone a size smaller on the wall thickness.
But you are putting a 440 on it. So.
But I am putting a 440 in the Cushman. So, but when it comes to the back side here, the very back side here, we're gonna take a little bit more care, and when we do the front end, the very front of the frame sections, to get it all flat, to get it completely flat across the front. Actually, to do that, we might actually put the front piece all the way across the front instead of in between the rails. Mm-hmm. That would actually be better.
Yeah.
And then sanding down the welds to make sure everything is solid and flat and clean, and still putting the caps on everything to seal everything up.
Exposed to the eye,
yes.
Will actually be completely smoothed off and
Yeah.
grinded, and you won't see no welds. It'll all be painted,
Yeah,
because it will be painted, so we'll
Yeah.
look at it. This section is actually going underneath the backside, so you're not going to see it.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't really too concerned with how this is going to look, because it's going to be covered up. You're never really going to see it. So, but everything is, as far as I'm concerned, is symmetrical. Everything is good, and I am very happy. And I'm very happy. Welder has shut off on us twice now. It's way too hot, and we're putting some really fat welds on this stuff, and I think we're probably overdoing the duty cycle. That, and it's from 1983, 1982.
There's no cooling fans.
There's no cooling fans.
Could be an upgrade though.
That might be a decent upgrade I need to do to this thing. But yes, here it is. The rear frame section for the Red Rocket. Well, it is the next day, and I am still super excited to have this rear frame section made. Don't know when it's going in, but it's at least made. And next time we do some heavy work on it, definitely going to be burning this thing in. Next video on the Red Rocket's probably going to be taking the front off, and taking the front pieces off that I need to take off, and taking the floor out. But this is the first official frame piece, and I'm really excited. Everything's looking good. Like I said, this side is like 32 1/8 or something like that. We're gonna get a ratchet strap or something, and squeeze that end in to match this side before we weld it in. But it's looking good. I'm pretty sure I was pushing my equipment to its limits. Probably pushed my welder past the duty cycle both times it shut off, and that Harbor Freight abrasive chop saw probably doing about the limit of what it's capable of, doing that 2x4 frame. So we cut just the plates to cap off the ends, and it didn't have any problem with it. It just cut right through it, no problem. So probably should have a heavier duty machine to cut some of this, but we did it. So really excited about this, and I'm going live with Wide Guys with Brian at Dust Devil Garage and Jed at Scott Speed Shop. That is going to be Monday night. I believe the time we settled on was about 9 o'clock, and it is going to be simulcast on my channel, Brian's channel, and Jed's channel. So
never done that before, so you can go to my channel, Brian's channel, or Jed's channel to check out this check out Wide Guys. So there it is. First frame piece is made. If you liked the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.